The Judiciary Committee debating whether the Senate should actually even take up the Supreme Court nominee. But to committee head Chuck Grassley, the debate should be over. I want to take a listen to what he had to say.
So why the charade? Why all this outrage about a hearing? Why the demands for a hearing that somebody knows would never result in a confirmation? It's because the other side is committed to using this process to score as many political points as possible. That's it, plain and simple.
Judiciary Committee member David Vitter from Louisiana actually agrees with Representative Chuck Grassley. Sir, thanks a lot for coming out to speak with us on this. Chuck Grassley said that there would be a full-blown debate on whether there should ultimately be a debate. I guess that was it today. It looked like a few fireworks have gone off there. Can anything be resolved here? Will the president ultimately have the full Senate able to chime in on this?
I think things will be resolved by the American people through the election, and I think that's very appropriate in an election year. I'm for putting citizens in charge. My citizens, my constituents in Louisiana, put them in the driver's seat through the presidential election. It's a unique opportunity, and I think that's how it will be resolved, and I think that's appropriate.
And of course, the counter argument there is it was resolved with the re-election of President Obama, who's got a 4-year term, not a 3-year term. What do you say to people who may either be Democrats or independents?
Well, it was also resolved with the election. The most recent federal election was of the Republican Senate. So that has consequences, too, and that's what we're playing out.
Ultimately, looks like this, if nothing else, will be one of the topics in a general election, and it will be argued on the other side that, hey, the will of the American people is not being listened to at this particular point because there are 11 months left in President Obama's term, and the Senate is saying he has no right. They're refusing him a constitutional right.
Well, the Constitution, particularly in light of this being a seat opened by Justice Scalia's passing, I think we should do what Justice Scalia always did on the constitutional question: read the words and apply them as written. And the Constitution is very clear. The president has the right to nominate. The Senate has the right to take up and confirm or not confirm. And there is no timetable put on those duties and obligation. That's crystal clear. In fact, the Senate rules, properly written under the Constitution, lay that out, make it clear there's no timetable, and it says explicitly if a nomination is not acted upon at the end of a session, the president would have to renominate in the following session of Congress. A lot of the left are making these constitutional arguments that somehow we're shirking our constitutional duty. Read the Constitution, read the words as Justice Scalia did. They're doing what I'm concerned that
I just, because we've got a short window, and I just got to ask you, because you've mentioned Justice Scalia and his approach to the Constitution. Should that be a litmus test for who the GOP ultimately nominate as their candidate? Should that person pledge, if elected to the White House, to find someone of the same constitutional ideology?
Well, I wouldn't call it an ideology. I would say that person should be committed to do what the job is supposed to be about: apply the laws of the Constitution and statute as written, not legislate from the bench, not make it up as he or she goes along.
Yeah, the Constitution shouldn't evolve with the latest hip stuff of the moment, I guess. Senator Vitter, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks very much.
All righty. Well.